Yeah. He's a great speaker. I tell you, I should take some lessons off of this kid. Our second guest up tonight, we have a great comedian. Let's give a late night welcome for Fred Rubino, everybody.
Okay, how's everybody doing? I know what everybody's thinking. As soon as you heard Italian guy from Brooklyn, right away you're saying to yourselves, this is probably one of the smartest freaking people I ever talked to. Let me tell you something, you're probably right. They didn't just give me a GED diploma. It took me 5 years, I earned that. I tell you, that was the toughest test I ever took, that GED. You couldn't cheat because everybody around you were Italians from Brooklyn. I had to look at 5 different papers just to get the date right on top. Finally, after 5 years, some Asians moved into the neighborhood, and we were all able to pass. I think Asian Americans are the smartest people in this country right now. I mean, all their kids are in college. They're building robots. They're splitting atoms. The only thing these people can't do is keep the goddamn restaurant clean. That's all we want. Jesus. I'm Italian-American from Sicily. Any Sicilians around? Yeah. A couple in hiding in the back, I understand. But you know what? I got relatives in Sicily, and a lot of times they come over. You know, they come from America. They come to America. They visit. And apparently there's no Sicilian word for hotel, because they all got to stay over my goddamn house. My mother's like, teach them some English. I said, all right, Holiday Inn. How's that? Let's start with that. But you know what I like? I like when they bring stuff from Italy that we don't have here. Stuff that you don't see every day, you know? We're not exposed to it. You know what they brought me this time? Italian porno. Have you ever seen porno from Italy? It's really old-fashioned. They're having sex while she's cooking. She's bent over the kitchen table while she's breading chicken cutlets. It's unbelievable. By the end of the movie, you don't know whether you're more horny or hungry. Then you call up for some food afterwards because it's an hour-and-a-half movie, you know? You call the pizzeria, it turns into like a sex call. Yeah, let me get some chicken cutlets over here. Make sure you pound them really hard, all right? And make it hot and saucy. Pizza guy's afraid to come to my house now. I gotta meet him on the corner for a sandwich. It's like a drug deal. You got the Parmesan? What do you got for me? Jesus. You know what, though? Porno's all over the place now. I mean, you can't get away from it. It's on the internet, it's on your phone, everything. I can't even, it finds you now. Everybody's got the crazy friend who's texting them little pictures on once in a while, right? A bird coming out of somewhere. And I don't even open them no more, and they trick me. I get a text the other day, it says, you gotta see this, it's nuts. I open it up, it's a guy with 3 nuts. I like to call the people up when they send me stuff like that and just let them know that I got it. Yeah, I call up and like, yeah, I got it. Yeah, 3 nuts. Yeah, the one in the middle's my favorite too. Stop sending me pictures of naked men. Everybody's talking about me now. All right, I gotta go. I love you too, Grandma. Grandma loves to text, you know. That's the way it is, man. I tell you what, though, the days are over where you could find a nice Italian girl that just wants to stay home and cook, you know? It's over. And it's a shame, because my grandmother was a cooking machine. I'm not kidding you. She had oven knobs as nipples. We used to adjust Grandma on the holidays. Simmer down, Grandma. Simmer down. You know, women today. Last night, I'm waiting for dinner. 3 hours my wife's cooking dinner. 3 hours. She comes out with English muffin pizzas. The hard to make. You got to toast them and then... Are you kidding me? My grandmother would get up in the middle of the night to pee. On the way to the bathroom, she'd make a tray of baked ziti. She didn't even have to cook. For big parties, she'd just swallow a cup of rice and breadcrumbs and just crap out rice balls for 45 minutes. I remember when we first got cell phones to text. My wife's in the kitchen. She's texting while she's doing her nails. You know what she had the nerve to tell my grandmother? I'm multitasking. You know what my grandmother considered multitasking? Cooking 2 dinners at the same time while giving birth. I'm not kidding. One of my uncles, she popped right off of the linoleum, right into a pot of sauce. For 40 years, I had an Uncle Meatball. Unbelievable. But I tell you one thing about Italians now. We don't travel that well. I'm telling you, especially flying. Don't ask us to fly. We don't, after 9/11, we don't trust anybody. I'll tell you right now. I went to Vegas with my cousin Tony last week. This is my cousin Tony picking up his bags. Hey, what are you looking at? Hey, keep an eye on that guy over there. I'll come over there, I'll punch you right in the mouth. Like, Tony, take it easy. We didn't even leave the house yet. He's like, oh yeah, we didn't leave the house yet? Well, what about your little Arab friend there with the big mustache and the towel on his head? That's not an Arab, that's Aunt Mary. Thank you, Johnny P. My name is Freddie Rubino. Thank you.
Fred Rubino.
Hey,
You're a funny
thanks for
guy.
having me.
Thank you. Have a seat. That was great.
Hi.
How's it going, buddy?
I'm getting clipped here. You know, it's Sicilian when you get clipped. It's a whole different thing.
You know, before we start, you know who told me to tell you hello?
Oh,
Carlo Valerio.
I love Carlo Valerio.
From the Wise Guys Show, Carlo
Nice.
Valerio. Well, listen, Carlos Valerio's going to be running our 75th anniversary roast. Actually, tonight's our 75th episode, everybody, so.
Nice.
Yes. Next month, we're going to be doing a roast, and all the comedians are going to be
Awesome.
roasting me, and see what happens. I'm going to bust my chops.
A little material there, right?
Now, listen, you're originally from Brooklyn. You're a Brooklynite still,
I'm
right?
still in Brooklyn.
You're still there.
Yeah, they
How come
won't let me out.
How come you didn't come over to Staten Island with the rest of us?
I can't afford the toll, you know, it's a
Shit.
bit.
You like that?
But everybody's here. All of Brooklyn is now in Staten Island.
Everybody's here.
Even the food's here. Pasto's is here.
Yep.
You got an Alba here? Is Alba here?
Alba, I don't know. I like Brothers Pizzeria and Fratelli's Pizzeria. Now we're
Nice.
getting into some plugs, you know?
Yeah.
So, now listen, you're a funny guy.
Thank you.
You must have some kind of hobbies that you do besides cooking and stand-up comedy.
Yes, I do. I like to write. I've written a book called Nazi Princess. It was published, and it's been out for about 5 years. And that's my little thing. I like to write. Of course, I write my own jokes. I write comedy.
You want to write for us?
Sure, I'd love to write for you.
I'm looking for a couple of writers. Every time I get a comedian to write, they give me crazy stuff.
They give you nuts.
I can't use it.
All right, I'll have my manager, Frank Fiore, here sign up a contract.
That's it.
Nothing big, you know. Frank.
Listen, you're on the get no pay list like everybody else is over here.
Frank, forget about it.
So he's only going to get 2 nuts instead of 3. So, Fred, you talked about your family
Yes.
a lot, and I know you come from a big Italian family.
Yes.
So, who in your family do you like to make fun of the most, and why?
Well, actually, they made fun of me because I was the youngest and I was the smallest. So that was my defense mechanism, just to get back at them.
So you got them all.
Yeah, well, my brother was a little too big to make fun of, so
That's great.
I ran away from him.
Now listen, that's your time. Is there anywhere people could find you on the internet?
Well, you go on
Up-and-coming
Facebook, you
shows.
go on Freddie Rubino on Facebook, and you'll see, all the gigs. A lot of times I'm at the Looney Bin. I'm all over Jersey, Staten Island, Brooklyn. We do dinner shows a lot of times.
I tell you, I love Gemini from the Looney Bin.
Okay.
He's a good guy.
He's a great. I went to high school with Gemini.
Oh, really?
Me and him, he was in the drama club. I was straight.
He's bad. Fred Rubino, everybody. Fred Rubino.
Pretty funny guy.